Hello everyone, I'm Thorin or Tyranuxus and welcome into the episode which is called level 6 units or tier 6 units. Basically it will be about all level 6 units available in the game with the expansion Whole New Abyss, and the map and all the tests are made here. So not on the Shadow of Ditch, and there may be some differences, but I don't think so. So we shall start the map I have prepared. Okay, it can be you, because we need 2 players to do some... I even wanted to play a random map. It's a habit. The city doesn't mean this all doesn't mean anything. Alright, so let me check. Yes, it's recording. I think it's nice. So what we have there, first I will just show you the map. So there we have all units waiting for us. Event will happen and we'll get the units. Every time we'll get 10 of them, and there are 10 cities for Castle, Rampart, Tower, Inferno, Necropolis, Dungeon, Stronghold, Fortress, then we have Conflux and Cove. So firstly, let's do the restart. And we have some more heroes. They're prepared for something, and they are just here for no reason, basically. So we shall start with Kira, and we shall go for the first units. They are champions, and all the units level 6 will be upgraded, because most of the cases you will have in your games the upgraded version, and this is having both not at upgraded versions will complicate stuff too much, I would say. So firstly we have Kira with these statistics. Scouting and logistics just to help with moving. Luck will help later, and ballistics also will be handy. So firstly, we can see the statistics of champions, which are 16-16, and their damage is from 20 to 25 and 100 health. What's important? They have speed 9, their native terrain is grass, and they have one special ability, which is called Jousting Bonus. Okay, then we have the War Unicorns. They are from the Rampart town. Also, their native terrain will be grass. They have a bit lower statistics, 15-14. Damage is from 18 to 22, so also lower. Health is a bit more health, 110. Speed is the same, 9. They have 2 special abilities. First is Aura of Magic Resistance, and next is Blinding Attack. All the specialties I will show you later, after this small introduction to every unit. Okay, so then we have Naga Queens. They are 16 in attack skill and only 13 in defense. But that's not so bad, because their damage is always it's constant damage, which is 30, and which is the even champions with Mass Bless will have only 26, and our Naga Queen always 30, so that's a lot stronger. They have 110 health, only 7 speed, which makes them a bit, harder to use her property. And also, her specialty is no enemy retention. Next, we'll have Ephrit Sultans. They have 16-14, so as you can see now, all the statistics are very similar, very close. Damage is from 16 to 24, so that means you have a wide damage variation, so it's useful to cast Bless on you. And of course you can't be cursed unless you have the black orb. So Bless is doing more here. 90 health E only, but 13 speed. Of course, a native terrain for Naga Queen is snow, and native terrain for Ephrit Sultan will be lava. Also, what is important, this is the first of these 4 units which can fly. He have also fire shield. He's immune to fire, and he hates genies. The hate to genies means that he will do 50% more damage when he's attacking genie or master genie. But I'm saying this because it's not included in this episode. Anything else about Ifrit Sultans? I don't think so. So next, you, Mr. Dread Knight. Wow, this unit is awesome. This unit is just awesome. Look at his statistics first. 1818 is the best statistics of level 6 units, if I'm not mistaken. You have damage from 15 to 30, but you cannot be blessed or cursed, so it's a lot of luck based in you. Also 120 health and 9 speed, which is not bad. You're undead. That means something like you cannot use mind spells against him. And don't know what else. You can blind them if you have Black Orb. So Black Orb just removes the undead specialty basically. But it's good that he's undead. He's not... morale doesn't affect him. So it's good and bad. He have the Cures Enemies specialty, which is 20% to cast Cures on advanced level, and Death Blow attack. Okay, I think at this point I can kill one of this one stack basically. And Scorpicores. Scorpicores are from the Dungeon City. They have 16 attack and 14 defense, so average. Damage is only from 14 to 20, so this is their bad side, I would say. Only 80 health also, so they are squishy. But what they have is that they can fly, and they have paralyzing venom. Also, their speed is 11, which comes very handy. Anything else about Scorpicores? I think that all the rest will come in next part. Okay, so we have one more place. This will be for Cyclops Kings. Cyclops Kings. So they have 17 attack skill, only 13 defense, so similar to Naga Queens. A defense skill in Cyclops Kings doesn't matter as you will protect them. You have 24 shoots, that's okay. Damage from 16 to 20. This is just medium, not medium, I think it's bad, kinda bad. 70 health. As for shooter, I think it's okay, like 70 health is just alright. And their speed 8, you have some problems using them then, if you are only speed 8 without anything else to increase their speed. Of course they can shoot, and next specialty of Cyclops Kings are attacks siege walls, which I will show you. So that's about statistics. Let's kill some of our units to make room. I think we have to kill 3, and even we have to go to the next day. Blue player won't move now, because we have to end this part. So there are River Monarchs. On statistics, I think this is the lowest unit on level 6 because we have only 14 attack skill, 14 defense, 18 to 22 damage, which is like, okay, let's say 20 average. So it's not super high. Health 70, which is like level 5 unit. Mighty Gorgon also have 70 health. Our Ogre Magi from Stronghold 60 health, and they are level 4, and this is level 6 unit. But the advantage of River Monarch is the poison they have as special ability. The ability to fly also is important, and speed 11. Alright. Of course, I should add that it's very likely that we can have a lot of wyverns from all the hives on map, and in the Horn of the Abyss we can have many Cyclops from the Wolf Rider pickets. There we have magic elementals. They are kinda interesting and not interesting in the same way, because it's really hard to use them, make use of them, but once you can do it, they could be a very good level 6 unit. So, what am I talking about? Firstly, they have 15 attack skill and 13 defense. Damage is from 15 to 25, which is okay, I would say. 80 health, 9 speed, and they are elemental, attacks all adjacent enemies without rotation, so like Hydras. And they have spell immunity. I think immunity is the correct spelling, and minus 50% damage to creatures with spell immunity. What does it mean? So for example, if you want to attack Titans using magic elementals, they will do only half damage. Because Titans are immune to just immune to some kind of spells, okay? Like blind and that continuing. Alright, so there was a magic elemental, and this is the last, Next Warrior from Cove Town. 15 attack skill but 20 defense, which is even more than your defense, Dread Knight. Their health is 90, which is, I would say, average. Damage 1822, which is fine. Speed only 7, which can cost you some problems actually. Speed 7 is even less than Cyclops Kings. That's really your bet. Yes. If you could only be a bit quicker. And also ignores 60% of enemies' attack skill. This is very important. And this makes them a valuable unit on the battlefield. Really, it makes them a lot stronger. Okay, sure. So this was a small introduction to all 6 level units. If for some kind of reasons you didn't know all the informations, then this introduction had some kind of sense. Okay, but after that, I should go to the next part. So basically, I want to show you some of those special abilities of level 6 units, and for that I will have some interesting facts and maybe tricks, but just some interesting maybe fights. This is how can I call it? Okay, you will have only champions, and what you should notice, this is Sir Mulish. It's not a random hero, it must be Sir Mulish because of 2 more speed. We have also a native terrain, which is grass for champions. We have also all artifacts to speed increasing, so +4. We have also mass haste and mass prayer. Now we should go and attack Sylvia. Okay, so why we did that? Firstly, I want to show you that champion have the adjusting bonus specialty. What does it mean? Okay, saying this fast, it means if the champion will travel more hexes before attacking, so like from there he have to go very far and he can then attack some units, he will do more damage. Really? Okay, so let's check it out. Let's put, isn't this too slow? I think it is a bit too slow. Let's put some griffins there. And one griffin far. The pikeman and halberdier will wait. So now we can attack those griffins without moving. And first we should cast all of this, because I prepared the attack and defense skill to be... Okay, now it's better. So the champion have 21 attack skill, our griffin have 21 defense skill. So there is no difference. As you can see, the damage, which you can see here, damage which champions can do is from 200 to 250, which is just the calculation, what is it called? This is just the damage per units, amount of units. So it's 200 to 250. Alright, so this is the damage we can do. But we can, before attacking, move somewhere, like here, and now we can see that this damage had increased. How much? From 200 to 240, and same from 250 to 300. Okay, but well, how does it work exactly? So for every hex here, the champion will do 5% more damage. Of course, it's not that simply if there are also attack and defense skill difference, but just to make this easier to understand, I made them the attack and defense skill same. Okay, but it is kinda interesting that let's put here a halberdier, and I can move my champion, and let's see. Okay, so now our champion can go far and can do a lot of damage, like even to 412. Fine, sure, nice. But this doesn't work against halberdiers. Look, even if we are going here or here, the damage is the same. They are immune to adjusting bonus, as you can see from their description. So the damage is not 200, 250 because they have lower defense skill, of course. And same for the pikemen, even when they don't have the description that they are immune to adjusting bonus, they are immune. Okay, and now the final part of this specialty. So let's block our champions a little. Let's summon some elementals for that also. So we'll basically make this champion move very far, and you can go very far actually. So you will have to go as far as possible. I don't know if 25 speed is the maximum for champions. I used for this here Mulish with 2 speed for every unit. Grass terrain gives us 1 more. We have 4 from artifacts. We have 4 from prayer and 5 from haste. The Tyris, who is the specialty of specialist of champions, will give only 1 speed, so he's lower. He's just worse than Simulish for this fight. Also, we could try using a hero who is specialist in haste or specialist in prayer, but in the end the final result will be almost same as this one. So we have 25 movement speed, just speed, okay? So with that, we should be able to do a lot of damage. Before that, I will cast Bless. So now, when we have Expert Bless, that means we are not doing 25, but 26 attack. So we should do to the unit who have, okay, Royal Griffins should defend first. So they will have now 21 defense. You have 21 attack skill. And you are doing 260 damage. So this is working exactly how I called this. But now 260 damage, sure. So you can see if we are moving further, the damage is increasing. So even here we can do 444. And now from here to here you can see a difference. So if we are moving farther than this hex, it looks like we are doing less damage. Look, 416, here 300 something, 350. So if we are moving very far, we are doing less damage. And of course, to pikemen and halberdiers, no bonus, but it's more than 260 just because they have lower defense, of course. Okay, so are we doing less damage? So what is this lying to us? So we are capped to some speed and then it works even against us. So let's attack them and let's figure out. First, the air elementals shouldn't defend, so they will have wait a second. I made some kind of mistakes because they should have, okay, they should have, now it's too much. Okay, so let's use Griffin for that case. I will attack Griffin just to attack the unit with 21 defense. So for example, this one. Pikeman should move because he is maybe on our way. Okay, this was a misclick. And now 25 bless everything we have. So this is the farthest we can go. 25 squares. Looks like we are doing only 312 damage, and here we could do 442. So is this true? Let's move and figure out. Not really. We did 585 damage. So of course more than this 300 which was showed to us, and that means the damage is counting correctly, but that just shows not true information. This is my guess. Okay, so let's go back again and let's see from where it says not correctly. So you champion, here you will do a lot of damage, and yes, this is the same here. So looking at your head, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So after moving you 14 or 15 squares, it looks like you are doing maximum damage, and later you are doing less. Of course, it's not true, and we can do even more. Of course, to them, they are immune, and this doesn't matter, as you can see how far we'll go. Alright. I think at this point we can go and how should I end this part with champions? So they have this nice bonus, but you will never have, of course, this crazy amount of damage which comes with 25 movement of champions. But definitely having them and having them and being able to use this specialty makes them a lot stronger, because the usual you can move around 10 hexes, I would say, and 10 hexes is like 50% more to damage. Okay, next we'll have our war unicorns. and they have some specialty. Firstly, I will use only 7 of them, 7 your war unicorns. You have 15 attack skill, I want to have 40, yes. And let's go and deal with Gunnar. So Kyre versus Gunnar, the best heroes in the game. So first ability of the war unicorn was the blinding attack. We have the same attack skill as your defense, just to not change the amount of damage. Alright, but defense and your attack skill, yeah, we are just attacking with the same power, but he is retaliating with a lot more. So let's see. The blinding attack. Not this time. How much percent do you have to blind your enemy? You have 20%. And the blind will always last 3 rounds, even if you have the artifacts which are increasing the duration of spells, because this blind is not the spell you casted, and this comes with war unicorns. If I'm not mistaken, even with a red orb you can blind, and of course then your opponent cannot dispel this, what makes this ability to blind very useful, with combination of some more other artifacts. Okay, but what does it mean also is that, firstly, let's not defend, of course. So this unit didn't defend, and 40 attack skill, 40 defense. Okay, let's attack them. Of course, he will retaliate, and he did 140 damage. But this blinded unit will do less. They did only 72 damage. Of course, they have some damage variation, and all that means they retaliated with half their strength. So basically, this is blind on advanced level, which makes the unit retaliate with 50% of the damage. So that's it about the blinding. 20% for each attack. Doesn't matter how many unicorns you have in one unit, they have always 20% to blind your enemies. Alright, and about unicorns, we have one more ability. It's their special ability of Aura of Magic Resistance. For that, we have Genova here, and let's use Genova. Do you want to have... You don't need the swords and this stuff. Okay, there we have Xiron. It's Xiron. Let's attack him. We have even tactics. Let's move our war unicorn somewhere and let's protect him with our angels. But it's not about protecting the war unicorn, but it's about how the Aura of Magic Resistance works exactly. So the war unicorn gives every unit who is surrounding him, so like those angels, 20% of resistance. So now those angels, even if you don't have any kind of resistance or artifacts, and angels doesn't have any kind of resistance from natural resistance, they can resist some kind of spells. Let's see if this works. We have their Inferno prepared, and one of them resisted. The angel resisted the spell. And what does it mean? The war unicorn doesn't have this Aura of Magic Resistance, but these angels, they had it. And as you can see, 1 out of 6 resisted the spell. This is 20% for them to resist the spell, and it's okay when one of them survived. Okay, so now, same as we did with Cavaliers or Champions, how useful is this? So firstly, if you can blind your enemies, it's awesome, You can blight his power stack. You can split your war unicorns into one stack just to attack them and try this blind. If you have Orb of Inhibition, then he cannot really do anything about this. Is there any unit who can cast like Dispel? Must Dispel on Dragonflies only on magic fields? It's not in multiplayers? I don't think so. I don't think that there is a unit who can do something about this blind. So this is awesome. So he might consider doing mass cure or just cure or mass slow haste, and there you have one round of spell advantage. Also, the aura of magic resistance is also very handy because you can have some good units close to your unicorn just to give them some resistance. And for example, when your opponent casts slow, one or two of your units can resist this. So this is awesome. About Naga Queens, we don't have much to check. One of the important things is their damage. And I don't know, I just can go and show you how much this Naga Queen will do. Of course, you have 40 attack skill, you have 40 defense, so no difference, and amount of units per damage is 300 and you are doing 300. As you can see, no retaliation, only 7 speed, what makes her a bit lower in fights and harder to make use of them, use of her without speeding crossing, I would say. Okay, next we'll have Ephrits. Ephrits are a very interesting unit. I think there will have more of them. Oops. Oh, we have now too much. 10 of them should die. Let's kill this one. You want to have 4 more, just to have 40. And 7 times 10. Okay. Alright. So now, let's fight with Alkin. So firstly, I will not show you the fire shield specialty. Sorry, the immune to fire specialty, because like come on, just immune to fire, no cures, no sacrifice, no inferno, no fireball, nothing with fire, no Armageddon also, which makes them a very good unit for GG Deon. What more? I will show you the fire shield and how this works exactly. So let's fight Alkin. Now let's surround this House Hydra by our Ephrits. Can you go there? Yes, you can go from up. Wait. You can go here. You can defend and you can go here. Let's wait with all the Ephrits. And now, as you know, of course, House Hydra is have no enemies rotation. Yes, without rotation, and she will attack all the units here. How does the fire shield work? You will find out in a second. Let's firstly attack them. Oops. So what you can notice, the House Hydras did 3671 damage and the fire shield did 730, and it's 20%. Maybe it doesn't look like 20%, but it's about rounding, yes, the numbers. And the fire shield works even when the unit have no enemy rotation. Also, what's kinda important, even if House Hydras, what I wanted to say, even when House Hydras have attacked every unit at the same time, the damage they did is not constant. As you can see, there 6 Ephrit Sultans survived, there 4, there 5 with some health, there 4, 5. So for everyone the damage is counting like alone. I'm not sure how to explain this, but you can see the results. And also, what's kinda important, let's look what will happen if our Ephrit will attack the Hydra. What should happen? The Hydra will retaliate to this Ephrit, but all the fire shields should attack her back. Let's see. Yes, exactly. It's interesting idea. Interesting idea, isn't it? Okay, let's find Ephrit with not a lot of health. There's no a lot of Ephrits with this amount of health which we are looking for. But maybe can make them a bit weaker. So angels. Okay, so can you one-shot them? Yes, you can, which is a bit of problematic. Okay, House Hydras. Can you make them a bit weaker but not kill all of them? You can't, looks like. Alright. So I will just tell you this. Sure. So this Ephrit with 60 health. As you can see, angels can do 110 damage, and 20% from this will be 50, not 50, 22. 22 damage. Let's attack them. And Fire Shield did only 11. What does it mean? The damage with Fire Shield cannot be higher than the total amount of health of them, like of course divided by 5. So like one Ephrit with 100 health can do up to 20 damage with the Fire Shield, with 90 up to 18. And if he is a little hurt, cannot do the maximum amount of damage, and in other words, only the damage which House Hydras used to kill them does count. And if you can overkill, like do 1000 damage to them, only the damage which is used to kill them counts to the Fire Shield, and then 20% from this will retaliate to you. Okay, I think this is a good explanation. So, if you have 100 Viver Monarchs and you are scared to attack one Ephrit Sultan, you don't have to be, because the Fire Shield will not do that much. Alright. So I think it's enough good explanation. Of course, we'll get these crazy level ups. And what does it mean? Firstly, where is Kre? Firstly, immune to fire will let you to use Armageddon very effectively, because the Ephrit Sultans will not receive damage, and you can clear a lot of stuff by this trick. You can also try using this in your final fights, because your unit can survive the Armageddon, and it's important. Also 13 speed, which is a lot. Also Fire Shield, which can be very handy if you have many Ephrit Sultans. And that's it about them. How long this is? 40 minutes, sure. It will be around 1 hour, I think. Now we have the Dread Knights. Then the Red Knights. So what you can think now, and what you should be thinking, can the Death Bluff attack come at the same time with luck? And this? Firstly, let's move your attack skill 40. No, it will be too many of them, probably. I want to use 1 stacks. What? Wait a second. 14. Okay, now it's good enough. We have 1 stacks, we have 40 attack skill, and let's enjoy the time with Gunnar again. So, firstly, how does the Death Bluff attack work? It gives you 20% chance of doing double damage. Of course, it's not as easy as you can expect that you can just simplify your damage by 2 because it's a lot harder. But basically, that's increasing your damage. Same as luck. Luck also gives you 2 times more damage. Okay, when your attack and your defense is the same. So let's see, maybe it will happen right now that we can attack both with luck, like now, and with the star Death Bluff attack at the same time. You can wait, so you won't increase your defense. Let's try again. If this will not happen, of course, I will not be continuing this until forever. But it may happen, like now, luck and cures. Also, they have 20% chance to cure enemies, and the curse is advanced curse, so they are not doing 60 damage, but 59. Death Bluff attack, without luck. Maybe you won't believe me, but then you can check it by yourself. Both luck and death attack can happen at the same time. I think that even cures could go at the same time if we are lucky enough. Not this time, wow. I will not be trying this again. You have to believe me that it happened. Yes, the last one. Look, here 63 damage. 63 damage, and normally, oh, I defended with them. Crystal Dragons, come on, wait, not defend. Normally you can do from 15 to 30, so double damage, only one double damage will be 60. So there had to be maybe like 20 damage, then double, let's double this amount and let's double this amount. Of course it doesn't work like this in the math, but we did 63, and even with single luck, it can't happen. So, good job, Dread Knight. Now you can enjoy your time. You will survive this. Okay, so this is all about Dread Knights and their ability. What does it mean? The cures is important. This can help you with many fights when you will just lose less units. Also, Death Blood attack, it's something what's random, and that means you can't trust this. It can increase a bit your damage, and it gives you more if you have less damage, less attack skill than the defense of your opponent. Because if you are playing single map and you have like, let's say 80 attack skill and your opponent have only 20 defense, even if the Death Star attack comes, it doesn't do a big difference. This is what I wanted to say. Okay, now Scorpicores. Let's kill this guy. Okay, 3 of them I should kill. They have 4 attack skill, now they have 20, so 40 in total. And what's their ability? They can paralyze enemies, basically. They have also 20% to paralyze. Also, this can happen with Red Orb. Units cannot resist this spell, I think. I mean spell. 20%, yes. And this can make the Scorpicores very useful. I will not try this again, because that makes no sense, of course. And what does it mean? So, because of their low statistics in health and damage, it's not very handy as the power stack, but it's very handy to have some 1 stacks of Scorpicores in the final fights, for example, just to try to paralyze your opponent. Now we have Cyclops Kings. So the only one shooting unit from all level 6. 3 more attack skill. We could go into a fight with Gunnar, but I think it will be kinda boring, and instead of this, Marius, I'm fighting you. You have even the artillery, of course, so we can choose what to attack. We'll attack the what? You did a lot of damage. Don't know exactly how does it work, but wow, you even killed him. We can even skip the catapult, and let's see. Attacks siege walls. What does it mean? That means they can destroy the city really effectively. Look at that. They can throw stone. They throw stones and those poor lizardmen, and almost all the city is destroyed. Not much remaining. In that, yes, everything's destroyed. It is important sometimes, but one thing you need to know, if you like now retreat and you want to attack again, the walls and arrow towers will be there again, not destroyed. And splitting Cyclops to like 7 stacks, maybe to 3 stacks to destroy the walls, but then it will be of course a bit slower. Anyway, I saw and even I made use of this special ability sometimes, so it's not the end of the world, and it's handy sometimes. Okay, the next we'll have Viver Monarchs. Let's kill this guy again. Let's use 3 of them should die. Yes, you need 6 attack skill to have 40 damage in total. And what can you do? You are poisonous. That means you can poison your enemies. Of course, again, you have 20% to poison them. And it happened. What does it mean? The poison lasts for 3 rounds. The unit is losing 10% of total of max health. So like this one have only 720 health back. And if like there are 10 crystal dragons, all of them have decreased. Their health is decreased. Also, after these 3 rounds, their health will remain they will not be cured, and even if the poison will end, their health will be decreased for the end of the fight. What you can ask again. It doesn't change anything because it's the same round and it just like increases the duration of this spell, but it's 3 rounds anyway. Every time next round begins, you're losing next 10% of health, and you can ask is there any kind of limit? Yes, there is, and the limit is that you can decrease their health not more than to 50%. So let's wait until the poison is not anymore present, like now. Their health is also their health is all the time decreased, and we can try the poison again. Yes, we are lucky enough. So now you have even less health, and let's wait until the poison will end. 2 more rounds. 400 more health, the maximum amount, and nothing happened. Let's wait. 400 health, nothing happened. Now we'll probably kill this guy, maybe not. But even with poison, 400 health. We cannot decrease this to lower amount of health. Half is the limit. Is this helpful? Of course it is. Viver Monarchs are speed 11. You probably have a lot of them because you have hypes on map. So it's nice to have power stack of Viver Monarchs because just you have access to them, but also to split them and have some 1 stacks. And you can attack with those 1 stacks, the biggest unit your opponent have. And maybe you're lucky enough to decrease the health of them, like the health of Archangels or something. And speed 11 also helps you to use them. Okay, now we have Magic Elementals. Magic Elementals are very bad at statistics, but not the end of the world, I would say. What I wanted to fight with them, I think I wanted to fight Arkin, but firstly Arkin have to prepare himself. I think no need for Angel. You can have your Hydras. And now Kira, you can fight them. So do you have, yes, you have 40 attack skill and you have 40 defense. Yes, exactly what I needed. Okay, let's prepare our Hydras there. And let's, oh, I showed this already, but never mind, let's do it again. So let's put our Hydras everywhere, basically. Everywhere. Surrounded by 6 House Hydras. Both units there, like Magic Elementals and House Hydras, have the same specialty, which is called that they can attack all surrounding units, all adjacent enemies without retaliation. Okay, never mind. Of course, firstly, no retaliation, unless it's Fire Shield with Ephrit. And they can attack all surrounding units. So even though if this Magic Elemental's damage is not very high, of course this will never happen, but look at that. They did 1221 damage, which is really not bad at all. And of course all of them have different amount of health remaining, same as with Ephrit. Also they have the specialty of spell immunity, so you cannot haste them, you cannot slow them, you cannot shield them, but once you have the Black Orb, all of this is removed and they work like every other unit. Okay, let's finish them. Yeah. And is there anything else about this Magic Elementals? Probably you can attack up to 2-3 units at the same time, and that makes them a bit more useful. Also, even attacking 1 unit is okay, because no enemy rotation. So, sure, there is some use of those guys, but for me personally, it's one of the worst level 6 unit. Okay, what should we expect there? Nixies. They are really cool. They are really cool units. And we need 5. No, we need, oh, this is 4, okay, sure, 5 attack skill. Now we have enough. I don't know even for what this shield should be used. I forgot, I think. Okay, forgot. Nixies, no, you don't need this shield. Okay. And this will be fight with Gion. Okay. So, what's your special ability? Ignores 60% of enemy's attack skill. Sure, but how does it work exactly? Let's put all of our units closer. Closer. don't defend, just closer. Okay, sure. So now we can see that your defense is 20 and your attack skill is 20. So normally, without any kind of offense, armor, bless, nothing, just single unit. Normally we should do 10 units per 50 damage for 500 damage. But now you can do to Nixies only 350. Wow! It's like you can do how much? 70% of the damage. 70. So it's like expert shield on the Nyx warriors. In this situation, of course. What about other units? About Minotaur Kings. You have 15 attack skill, you have 20 defense. So even without your specialty, we are doing less damage. Let's say that we can do the maximum damage. 20 per 10 units will be 200. Looking at your defense skill and my attack skill, I will do less damage. 2.5% less for every one defense skill that you have, more than my attack skill. So it will be in the end 12.5% less. So from 200 damage, if there is no difference in attack and defense, we can do 87.5% of this, which will be how much? If I'm not mistaken, it's that much. Yes, sure. So this is how much damage we should be doing. The maximum of this, and our maximum is 129. This is our maximum damage we can do. So we are missing like 45 damage. So 45 damage from, it's like 20%, 25%. So you can see, I will not do the math to every unit, but you can see, like this one will be a lot easier. 300 or 100 minimum, and 20 and 5, 15. You should do a lot more than 55, of course. We'll not do the calculations again because it can be kinda boring. And in the end, if you want to check it, you know how does it work. So now with the Infernal Troglodytes, we are not missing that much damage, to be honest, because maybe I will do the calculations again. So 15 per 2.5% per each difference will be 37 and 4. So we should do from normal 100, we'll do 60 to 5, so like 63 minimum, and we are doing 55. So we are not missing that much damage. I will say 7-8 from 63. It's like 10%, around 10%, and angels 30%. Huh? So now you know how does it work exactly, and to make this specialty better, you have to be attacked by units with a lot of the attack skill. So like the unit which have like 50 attack skill will lose more damage in %. Why? Because you're ignoring the % amount of enemy's attack skill. So if you have only 5 attack skill, you are ignoring probably 1 or maybe 2, depends on how this is rounded. For angels, 60% will be 12, so like angels have now 8 attack skill only 8. And against archangels, against all the units with better stats because of heroes? Yes, Nixies are so tanky. I think the best way to kill Nixies is to just use Implosion, to be absolutely honest with you. Because if you have similar statistics, and like it's the Nyx with 40 attack skill, 40 defense, and you want to attack him with your unit with, let's say, 40 attack skill, 40 defense, you will find out that you cannot do a lot to them. And this specialty is not as handy as in the battles with players, in the fights on map, basically, because the units on map won't have more than 20 attack skill, I would say. Yes, probably not. So now it's 1 hour, I see, and we should look for the best unit. How can we choose the best level 6 unit? Of course we can't, and all of this depends on many things, but I can show you what do I feel personally, and maybe Striker can help. Okay, you get them, and River Monarchs, and you can meet Kira, can kill your one zombie, and let's do that. And now we can see all 10 units with the correct what is this called? Correct. I forgot this word again. This is so easy word. Okay, never mind. Just correct. This is so easy. Never mind, you know what I mean. So we have champions, unicorns, okay, sure, every unit. Firstly, champions, 2 hexes units, cannot fly, speed 9. You, the same basically. You, the same and even speed 7. The Ephrit Sultans are 1 hex unit, they can fly, and they are speed 13. Okay, the Red Knight, the same as the previous. You are quicker and also 2 hexes units. You are shooter, so it doesn't count the same because you don't want to move, you just want to be protected. You also 2 hexes units, but you can fly at least. Same as Manticores, very similar unit. We have the Magic Elementals, they cannot fly, and Nixies, they cannot fly. So for me personally, if I could choose like one of those 10 which I will be using, I will say that I don't know. Every unit from there have its special abilities, and every unit of those can be the best, and all of that depends. That means I won't be doing the fights 10 versus 10 and all of those, because I don't feel like we are using all of the things which the units are giving to us. Like probably we won't use the immune to fire in this kind of fights, we won't use the cures and enemies maybe against Naga Queens that effectively as we could, and many other things. So when, it will be the question when it's nice to have champions. Basically, they are good unit to have the power stack out of them, because they are relatively quick, speed 9 is okay, they have good damage, the medium is 22-23, they have okay statistics, which is attack and defense, and the justing bonus, you can make use of it, it's not that hard, and it's increasing your damage. So what do you need in your power stack? more damage, as always. You just want to one-shot the stacks, the enemies, the monsters you are fighting, because then you don't have to take out the retaliation. So champions are very good units to make power stack out of them, and that's why many people are going in the multiplayer games, not for angel, not for monks or anything else, just for champions, because they are relatively cheap and you can make use of them. Next, the war unicorns. I'm not so sure because their damage is a bit lower, and that's sometimes problematic because okay, we have many war unicorns, but they are not doing that much, to be honest. But they have other advantages, like the Aura of Magic Resistance. You can make use of this in the final fight. It can really change the result. And the blind attack you can use in all your fights versus monsters, and also in the final fight, of course. The Naga Queens, this is a very good unit to make a power stack out of them, because their damage is 30. It's a lot. With a good attack skill hero, they are destroying everything. You don't have to take out the retaliation. You don't have to. The only one bad thing with them is that their speed is only 7, and you will probably need mass slow or mass haste to make use of them later on. They are tanky, so you should also consider bringing them in the battlefield. Of course, you should once you have them. Of course, for me personally, all units which are 2 hexes, it's the disadvantage for them. If you're 2 hex units, it's a disadvantage because I will probably be blocked by them, but I don't think so. Sometimes it's better to have 2 hexes units, sometimes it's better to have 1 hex units. It all depends. Ephrit Sultans, where should I be using them? First reason, of course, is Armageddon. You can give one Ephrit Sultan to your scout and throw Armageddon at everything, monsters or even enemy heroes, or before the final fight you can reduce the amount of units your opponent have. Also, they are very quick, speed 13, 14 on lava. It's not easy to outrun them, so this is good for the Armageddon, because if your enemy have only angels without any kind of speed artifacts, you will go first. You will do your job and then okay, go and kill me. I don't care. This doesn't matter. For power stack, the medium damage is only 20, only 90 health. It's not that easy to make use of them. But of course, if you have many dwellings or just anything, they are worth this. Just because later on you can do a nice job of having them in your army. The Red Knights, interesting unit. It's more like it's scary to fight against them, and it's not as good to have them in your own army, I would say. This is my personal opinion, because I had them, I had many of those guys. They did something, I wasn't disappointed, but on the other hand, it just was okay, nothing special. But fighting against them, it's scary. They have death bluff attack. It can reduce the amount of units you have quite significantly if this will strike. Cures can sometimes make your life a lot harder. They are ridiculously healthy, like 120 health. They are quick, 9 is fine. Their damage variation is just from 15 to 30, is double damage. They can death bluff attack. You never know if you can attack them, because they have the chance to do the lucky strike and kill your unit. So they are scared to fight, but of course nice to have them in your army. But yeah, it's just my opinion. Scorpicores, if you want to have power stack of them, I'm not so sure if this is the good idea. If you can have Minotaurs or Scorpicores, I mean, some more Minotaurs or some less Scorpicores. Of course, Minotaurs are level 5 units, tier 5, so you should have more of them. I will go with Minotaurs. They have damage from 12 to 20, the Minotaurs, so the same almost as Scorpicores, so come on. Health is a bit lower on Minotaurs, but with your power stack you will never tank, you just want to do damage, and this Scorpicore is not made to do damage. They are quick, it's true. They can do the paralyzed venom, the paralyzed attack, and this is her advantage. So once again, in the final fights or maybe in very tough fights on map when you're really pushed into this, you can try using them to paralyze your enemies, but most likely in the final fights you can like split them, do some one stacks or even do some like not one stacks but like some more, you know, so they won't be one-shotted, and then they can paralyze enemy. So same as with the blind, but they are quicker and they can fly. So it's a lot easier to do it with Scorpicores. The Cyclops Kings, it's the only one shooting unit, and I think this is the Cyclops King's advantage. Damage is kinda low comparing to like champions, Naga queens, but it's not bad in the end, because we can just shoot and anyone else, like no one will retaliate to us. Once it comes to hands attack, you are dead. 70 health, come on, you cannot survive this, but if you can protect them, they can do a good job for you. Viver Monarchs, only because there are many hives on the map, you can collect many Viver Monarchs, and this is why we can see a lot of them in all the multiplayer games. Probably in every multiplayer game, and both players have a nice amount of Viver Monarchs, or Viver not the upgraded version. Their damage is just medium 20, not so super. 70 health is kinda low, but once again it's your power stack, you will not tank with her, but you could like with Dread Knight or Nagas to tank some, and this unit is not very good at receiving damage. Good implosion and they are dead. We cannot say the same to like War Unicorns or Naga Queens. They are a lot more healthy. But for Viver Monarchs, one implosion, yeah, no more Viver Monarchs in your army. And their stats are bad, 14-14, yeah, it's very low. But this is quick unit, speed 11, so you can even make use of her giving this to your hero, so he will be quicker in the map. You can make some one stacks, so like that. Wait a second, like that. So before your power stack of Viver Monarch will go, you have 4 chances to apply the poison attack, and this can help you, of course. This is all about the Viver Monarch. We have also Magic Elementals, the unit from Conflux. I think this is one of the lowest unit, unless you are attacking 2 units at the same time, and this is the problem, because if you are playing on the difficulty more than medium, so medium, how is this called, medium, I don't remember, but 130% or more, the units on map are, the AI is thinking very nicely, and he won't give you many chances to use these magic elementals very nice, because they will just don't come too close to each other, and you can attack up to 2-3 units at the same time. Anyway, it's not bad. Your damage have a lot of variations. Medium is 20, speed 9, so it's fine. And you have two sides of your immunity. First, we cannot haste you. We cannot resurrect you. We cannot clone you, but I'm not so sure about this one. Probably we can't clone. What else? We cannot bless you. We cannot pray. We cannot prayer you. There are many good spells which we might want to use in the fights versus monsters, and we can't. On the other hand, in the final fights, you cannot be imploded, you cannot be slowed, and all of this. Also, if one of the players have the black orb, all the immunities disappear. So you can be slowed, you can be imploded, and all of this depends. If this unit is good, is this unit good? 80 health, it's a joke, probably, but it can be higher as you can attack many units at the same time without rotation. So you can't have more health because it will not be balanced, of course. So this is my personal opinion. All this depends. This can be probably the best unit for final fight if you're if no one have black orb and you want to fight using magics, and you can even use him to the Armageddon stuff, you know, he will survive this. So it's not that bad in the end, but power stack of magic elementals, I don't see this. Okay, the last one is Nyx Warrior. Also, power stack of them, they won't do a lot of damage, and having speed 7 complicates stuff because it's very hard for them to like attack first. You will need haste or slow to make use of them, and they are more value to tank than to attack. So they are not dedicated. Be a power stack, I would say. But once you have a power stack of Nyx Warriors in the final fight, your opponent has to implode them, or he has to consider losing, because to kill all of them, you need a lot of time. And for example, you can have many Nyx Warriors, and you will lose the fight. Normally, with any other unit, but it's Nyx Warrior. You can go to the corner, you can defend yourself, and you can throw implosions at your opponent. And because they can survive very long, you may have enough time. So they can also be the best unit of all of those. All of this depends. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this. Maybe you feel disappointed because it's a very long one. Hope you are not. Hope you enjoyed the time listening to this. And let me know what do you think about this kind of stuff. I think we used all of those heroes. I didn't forget about anything. I think it's correct. Sure. So, once again, thanks for watching. If you watched till the end, let me know what do you think about the level 6 units. I think that from all the tiers, they are the most interesting. Even level 7 units doesn't have that many different special abilities and many kind of tactics. Yes, a level 5 for... I think level 6 are most interesting. Maybe I'm not correct. The sea serpents or the haspids are interesting though. I don't know. I made this episode just because I feel like it. The champions and the justing bonus Our Usting bonus is crazy once you have a lot of speed. Crazy, crazy. Okay, let's not make this too long. Let me know what do you think about these 60 level units, which one you will choose and why as the best unit, and hopefully we'll have some more videos like this one, so some fresh content to the channel, not only the games. Okay, sure. Thanks for that one. Hope you enjoyed really, because it required some time for me to prepare the map and then to basically talk without a pause for like 1 hour 20 minutes, yes. That's not so easy, but it's not so hard at the same time. Anyway, thank you and goodbye. Have a nice day.